Okay, just a quick thing that I was about to try. I've got this unit. It's all contained here. So it's to navigate to a website. We've already been doing some navigation, log in some navigation. Now we're going to a particular website with some particular parameters, and depending on the day, we're downloading between one to 4 files. And initially, this was taking an argument of this. So this is the download types. And this is a set of that type. A selected set from that type. This was going to be an argument I brought in here, until I realized all I need is the date and everything else can be figured out from the day of the week, basically. And it's working. But these definitions here, I realized really only which were up in the interface section. Then when I realized I don't need it in the interface, I moved them down to implementation. But this procedure here is really doing two completely different things, and this stuff is only relevant to the bottom half. And I was just looking at it, and let's zoom back up again. And so this stuff navigates to a page and really doesn't need, it can be a separate function. It's just complicated, there's two things happening in here, and this could be separated out. And I was just looking, and all it really needs is the date, this HTTP login manager instance, and one other thing. Oh, the URL. Yes, the URL. That is where we're coming from. Where we're heading to. All right, where we're heading to. But these are adding the header content, payload, I guess, one or the other. And then I thought, I've never really used these refactor things in the IDE. And I thought, oh, does it have an extract function? It doesn't. I used to have extract method and stuff, but I recently put in MMX Code Explorer, and just now I went to, looking down here, and it's got extract method, so I did in fact click on it, and it looks very promising. And it looks like we can pull out here. I thought this was cool because, so if we're going to call this, like, navigate to page or something, and it's gonna okie dokie. We're gonna have send back a boolean. It looked through this code, like it's got these. This procedure takes what, 5, 6 arguments, and it's looked through this code and determined there are only 3 arguments needed, like, for this code to be a function, which is interesting. I mean, it's very interesting. There's going to be a function. Oh, that was a pretty, okay, yeah. Oh, thanks, guys. I should take my, okay, it doesn't accept just any spelling. And here goes nothing. And we have extracted exactly the opposite. Oh, I see. Okay. Oh, good. Oh, no, that's perfect. Okay, so this is the code that used to be here. Reduced down to a single function call. And it substituted this function. And alright, so we could exit true here. And no, we can't. Okay, so we'll result true. And result false. And then don't need that. And this should compile. And it did. That is pretty cool. We've still got the commented out stuff here. Delphi thinks we don't use this D. Interestingly, string to date, which says it returns. It says it returns a T date time. But if we just do var x that dot tomorrow dot day okay, maybe this will work. Something wasn't working before, but yeah, let's see. So we'll set that one and we get the is correct. And today is a Sunday, tomorrow is Monday, so this should come up to be a 1. And x is a 1. Oh my god, alright. So we can simplify this and we don't need to use D. And we just run and run. That's going on the internet to grab these files for me. Okay, so I was mistaken or doing something dumb. And don't need that, and very shortly I won't need that either. And save. And update. So we've what do you call it? Diff. Our diff shows us creating this function, and oh, okay. We didn't comment out all these lines. It just put the what do you call it? The group comment thing before and after. So that's neat. Should have done that for something earlier in this project. And yes, and then we don't need this temporary variable for zero reason, hopefully. Well, it did work. It already worked, so. Cool. All right, nice. I like it. Get rid of that. Save again. And yeah, I think I can get rid of this one as well because we already know what happened. I can get rid of that comment. Okay. Well, that was my first time ever using MMX Explorer. Save. And so we're calling the same thing here. We don't use D. We navigate to page. And our case statement is the way I wanted it in the first place. And we have this function. All right. No. The whole point of this thing was to get this stuff up here. Down here, where it's related. Well, this is something from MMX, I guess, but I don't know what they are. The bookmarks, maybe? Interesting. I don't know specifically what they are. But anyway, yes. So the whole thing that got me thinking down this was that these types here were kind of hanging around at the top. They don't get used until this, and it's nicer to have them where they're supposed to be. I mean, they could all really be inside the procedure, but I'm not sure that's looks too nice. We're already saved, so I could be doing this. Guess I don't hate it. Save. Compile. Okay. We're happy with it. Actually, that does look better. Okay. Fair enough. Well, nice then. We're saved. Yes, we're saved. So we've moved this stuff down to the bottom. We've simplified our case, and now we have a function return. Bam. If this, then all of this. Yeah, I guess we can do that. Right. Well, important detail. The whole point of that thing being a boolean was to okay whether the rest of this should happen. Alright, we are saved. We can run. Alrighty, righty. And we can move from here. We okay, well, that's so funny. Okay, yeah, because the if then. Okay, alright. The story looked but I'm relatively new to. I'm going to put this back. I can't. Fine. I just thought it looked neat before. Whereas this is a messier story than what we had. But anyway, expected page navigate into separate function. Okay, okie doke, and there we are. We can. And now our code looks better. Alright. Well, that was just slightly longer than I thought it would be, but goodbye.